A bird strike. Yep, that's what caused this damage. My customer was driving along, collided with a pheasant, and it's put some dents in the front edge of the bonnet panel. It's also put a nasty crown and some tension running right through the middle of my damage. So in today's video I'm going to show you what I'm looking at on the lines, how I interpret the damage and read the damage, and of course go through the tools and techniques that I used to repair this dent. I decided to start this dent with some glue pulling, so I placed a large oval tab on the lower dent right in the centre, and then using my slide hammer began to pull the damage. Adjust the spring and the handle to give me the right pull, and I'm looking to release some of the tension by lifting out some of the low, and then I'm going to repeat that process but also tap down some of the tension in the crown that sits just above this dent. So whilst I'm letting my second tab cool down, I'm just going to soften up some of the tension using this hammer and a soft tip. And I'm trying to just work on the highs. Now using a line board, that's the area where the lines pinch together the most. Those first two pulls have helped to release some of the tension in that crown. You can see I've reduced this dent, drawn it out in the middle, left me with a couple of low spots and this high running right through the centre. But now that I've began releasing some of that tension, I can continue to work on the crown. Now as a reminder, that's where the lines in this reflection pinch together. So right through here is my tension on my crown, and I've got to release some of that tension to allow me to begin lifting the lows. I'm using the crow carb tap down, that's the one with a little lever tip, which should tap down some of the tension without giving me small little divots you can often get with the little plastic and nylon tap downs. Now that I've released some of the tension, I'm going back to glue pulling. I'm using my slide hammer for a small round dent and this rover lifter with a crease tab for the little crease dent that was to the left of my damage. And as always, it's a lot of back and forth, so as soon as I release some of the tension I can begin lifting the lows. Once I get to a certain point with the lows, I'm going to go back to tapping down. I'm using a smaller, finer tap down now because I want a little bit more precision, really just focusing on the highest of those peaks. The bonnet panel's starting to take shape. I've still got a lot of damage, of course. I've got these little lows which I'm going to continue glue pulling, and I've also got a fair amount of tension running through that original crown. I'm going to continue that glue pulling process whilst I'm making progress, really focusing on those lows, and then later on in the repair we're going to lift up this panel, go from the inside, and I'll show you what tool and the technique I used to get to the front edge of this bonnet. I started this repair with hot glue. It's because it's one of the quickest and cleanest ways to reduce some of the lows. Now I've got it down to a fine point, I'm going to continue working from the inside of the panel. I've removed the insulation pad and there's quite good access. There's 3 fairly large holes that lead me all the way through to the front, this small rubber adjuster, and there's also a small hole on the front leading edge if I need it. Now the tool I'm going to use is this small whale tail from Dent. It's got slightly rounded edges to it, but it's also got a bit of flex, so I can thread it through and it's going to bend with the curve of the panel and get me close to that front edge. I'm putting a little bit of tape around the tip of this whale tail just to make sure I've got some nice soft pushes, a bit of a damper, and I'm not creating those nasty little highs that you can get. Really gentle little tweaks. Just with my right hand here, you can see just a light flex is all it takes to get the tip of the tool moving. It's really important to get a good read on the damage that you're trying to repair. I've actually got my head really close to the repair here. I'm probably about 5-6 inches away from the dent, and I've got my face right up against the panel to give me the best angle. I've done a lot of videos here on YouTube, and it's a great way to give you an insight into paintless dent repair. And as much as I love fixing dent damage, my real passion comes from teaching PDR. So if you're looking to start a career as a paintless dent repair technician, I guarantee you my training can help. So you can find more details about the training courses that we offer over at our main site, Learn PDR Online. If you've got any questions, any comments at all about the PDR industry, how to get started, or about enrolling in our training, reach out to me, leave me a comment, or come to me directly via the website and the email. I'd love to have a chat with you and see how I can help you set up your PDR career. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do give us the thumbs up to like the video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.